All right, so welcome to the Apocalyptic Optimath channel. I hope everybody's doing well. My name is Seth, and I've noticed something, also known as King the Conqueror, also known as the High Evolutionary. Because I'm a multidimensional traveler, and I be upgrading your DNA structure for eternity. So, there's a new craze going on right now, and I've just noticed it's been a couple days actually that I've noticed, and it has something to do with your palm. I want you to take a look here, and I want you to take a good look at my palm. Now, do you see there's kind of like a shape in the middle of my palm? It looks like an M. Can you see the M in my palm? Right? Can you clearly? It's very prominent. Like you can't miss it. There's a clear M shape there, and so there's a series of videos coming out about the M on your palm. You know, I don't think it's that rare, but some people have it and some people don't, right? So this M that the internet is right now proclaiming in the conscious community that it is a sign of actually, well, I kind of don't disagree with it actually, because it's not saying it's another one of those chosen ones type of thing going on there, but which I feel like that's the energy of it. It's kind of like chosen one type of stuff going on there, and but I don't disagree because it does say, well, I agree with the part that talks about entrepreneurship, right, and leadership. So basically, if you have an M on your palm, allegedly, presumably, if you have an M on your palm, it means that you are a enterprise building kind of person and a leader, and I agree. Because I am a enterprise builder and leader, so but I still don't get it. Like, I don't know why all of a sudden there's like a upsurge of M things going on. And so I looked it up because I don't do palmistry. It is an interesting subject, but I don't know enough about it. But I do find it to be quite an interesting subject, and I probably will get into palmistry at some point soon. I don't know when, but at some point. So I looked up on the internet, on a random website. I was surprised to see that even if you do a search, it's actually becoming quite a thing. It's actually becoming quite a thing. So the letter M on your palm comes from a combination of three major lines in palmistry, and if you check out the image, if you check the image on a website or something like that, it looks exactly like this, where it kind of crosses through itself and continues down a little bit. There's a line here that might be a little bit confusing there. But if you don't look at this little line right here, you can clearly see that there's an M in the middle of my palm, and it that's actually the shape that you want to see. So allegedly. So as I was saying, it's a combination of the three major lines in palmistry: the heart line, the head line, and the lifeline. Actually, not everyone has this defined combination, and as it is somewhat rare, those who have it are said to be special. Good fortune and blessings tend to follow them, and they often excel in their careers and life path, as they are blessed with strong willpower and determination. This strong sense of motivation and general kind attitude towards others allow them to rise to the top and to be followed by others. Their sense of intuition is spot on, and when they are in tune with the deep knowing in their hearts, what they set their minds to often what they set their minds to often result in great success. This makes them wonderful business partners and significant others in relationships for those who love enjoying the abundance and fullness of life. Those with the letter M on their palm are also gifted with the ability to quickly discern what is true from what is not. It is said that nothing gets past them, and they tend to accept nothing short of complete honesty. The letter M has long been associated with, this is my favorite part. The letter M has long been associated with leadership, good fortune, generosity, helping others, and riches. Folklore has related these individuals as great leaders and prophets of the past. I love that. That's the part I like. Prophets of the past. I like that. I like that. Because I see myself not as a prophet at all, actually. I think that's a dismissive term for magic. It's a dismissive term for one's own ability to manifest and create, dare I say, miracles, which I do not believe in either. I just believe in magic. I think I think words like miracle, prophet are self degrading words. They are, because when you say you're a prophet, then you're saying like, oh well, you're doing something for someone else, right? Like why do I need, like, why does humanity, what is this hereditary guilt that humanity has over being able to create? Like, why does every time somebody creates something, they have to say, oh, it's not me, it's because of this and that and this and that? No, you did it. You're the one that did it. It was your hands, it was your fingers. You did the thing, and the thing is there. So you did it. Like, like, so, why call yourself a prophet? No, you got power. I mean, you're a powerful magician. You're not a prophet. There's no such thing as prophets. Does not exist. Now you can say that you are a teacher of some sort, that you can say that you follow a specific guideline and stuff like that. That's whatever, that's your choice. I do it with Lucifer. I'm clearly biased, but Lucifer doesn't have prophets. Lucifer has soldiers. Like Lucifer has soldiers. He has warriors, soldiers, priests. Cohorts, brothers, sisters. He has a family. He has a family. He has brothers and sisters. He doesn't have prophets. He doesn't have martyrs, prophets, things along those lines. Like I feel like these things, this line of thinking is self-diminishing instead of being self-aggrandizing. In both cases it might be negative, but I'd rather be self-aggrandizing than diminishing myself all the fucking time, which I do from time to time, but that's even worse. The way that I diminish myself is way worse than calling myself a prophet. Like, I just call myself a piece of shit. Like, and be done with it. You know what I mean? Like, because if you're not going to respect yourself, and you're not going to love yourself and respect yourself, just call yourself a piece of shit and be done with it. Don't guilt trip. No. Seriously, if you're gonna go down that route, go full speed ahead. Right? At least you can say you did that. At least you can say that, like, you're honest, like, right? So, yeah, it's very interesting. It's a very interesting thing that's going on with this whole M, the letter M, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of videos that are coming out right now. Sorry for my eyes. I'm a little bit tired. I wanted to take a power nap, but I told myself no for some reason. I'm not sure why. I don't feel like sleeping. So not during, it's daylight where I'm at, so I don't feel like I should be sleeping, actually, but fuck it. So yeah, there's like a bunch of videos coming out right now, and like I said, sorry for my whatever. So there's a there's a bunch of videos coming out right now with, like, the letter M. If you see the letter M on your palm, then get to my knowledge, I mean, like, it makes sense, because if you look at my other hand, there's no M there. There's nothing. There's other shapes and other meanings there. Obviously, if you do palmistry, you can obviously see a lot of the lines in my hands are very prominent. So you can easily read it. Yeah. So you can see that in this hand there's nothing, and if you look at this hand, there's a clear M there that you can't miss it. So, and my right hand looks very different from my left hand. It's very different. It's two different things, two completely different things. But when they come together, they make one beautiful face. So anyways, so yeah, just I just wanted to talk about that, the over abundance of chosen one videos, which there is a lot of. There's a lot of chosen one videos, and it's not necessarily that it's fake. I don't think it's fake. I think it's actually mostly accurate, kind of ish, but there is a little bit of ego stroking. Also, I believe there's a lot of ego stroking because, I don't know, like, it's a lot of ego stroking. It's a lot of forgiveness for your sins, which I find horrible. I think it's horrible, because you're not helping the person grow as an individual. I mean, like, if the person just and just lets himself go and shit, like like how is that helpful? Like, how is this helping anyone? Like, I don't get it. It's like, it's okay if you're not like them, it's okay, like, and it is, it's okay to be different, obviously. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking, I have a personal issue. You can be, I believe, I don't remember where I was working, but I was working in a place. It was a long time ago. And there was an upsurge of entrepreneurs. And for like a half of a minute, for a couple of months, at least 1 year, this was ways back. Like, I'm talking like way back. Like, so, but for 1 year, there was this thing where black people were getting into business too. And the black people in my country, in my area, in Montreal, were complaining about the opportunities in entrepreneurship because they felt like the way they looked was getting in the way of them making money. Because some of these black guys, I'm talking mostly about people with dreadlocks. Black people with dreadlocks would be met with, allegedly, it lasted like a year or two. It lasted like a year or two where black people with dreadlocks were getting into the entrepreneurship. Was still new. There wasn't a bunch of like banks like in Montreal, in Canada. Banks lend you money when you're an entrepreneur. They lend you money when you're an entrepreneur. Okay, so they give out a lot of funds, not fun. Yeah, they give funding. You can get a lot of funding if you're an entrepreneur. You can get a lot of funding, right? So especially in small banks, like small branch banks, they do that. It's like a big thing, and because those entrepreneurs, because entrepreneurship actually makes the bank more money. So they're happy to give you money because they know that they can get that money back and then some, because there's interest and shit like that. So they're very happy to lend the people money, extremely happy, and they made a lot of money doing that. As a matter of fact, most of the money that they're making right now are from entrepreneurs. So they are very fucking happy with entrepreneurs. They have zero problems with entrepreneurs. As a matter of fact, if this whole entrepreneurship thing falls down, it's gonna be everybody's goddamn paycheck, So banks have no problems with entrepreneurs. So let's move forward here. So black people with dreadlocks had an issue, and the issue was talked about in the media and news, and even at the chambers of commerce. Where there was this thing that people couldn't discriminate black people because they had fucking dreadlocks in their hair. So you would see people walk into stores with dreadlocks in their hair wearing a nice crisp white or blue shirt, and start talking about business, which wasn't a thing before that time. Right? So what I'm trying to get at here is, okay, I'm black, so I just wanted to put a premise here, but what I'm trying to say is, now that today people don't really know that. People are not aware of that time period. Barely if they even remember if that even happened. Because now everybody accepts everybody regardless of how they look. So I'm not condoning particular people's behavior, not everybody, but particular people's behavior when it comes to not wanting to build something of because they think they're too weird to be in business. I come from the country, okay, and I come from the country, and I started my clothing line in the country, right? My radio show and my clothing line, I started it when I was in the country, which a couple of years ago, about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I started my clothing line and radio show in the country, right? And it's not a race, it's not a competition, but you're curious. And I went to business school in the country, so like it was a small town. It was a small big town. There's a lot of innovation and a lot of building going on there. They're on the come up. And so it was a perfect place for business and the story. It still is, actually. So, it's not that I felt like I was in competition with anybody, but I was curious. So I one day, while I was in business school, I looked up who was the number one entrepreneur in the city, in the town. And I fucking shit you not. And this is not, this, you're probably gonna laugh. And I please do not. Okay? You're probably gonna laugh. And don't laugh. Because the guy, I met the guy, he's a cool guy, whatever. But I have to admit, my ego was a little bit. So, anyways, this guy is the number one seller in the city, and of what the product that he sells, and he sells teddy bears. Okay, little like beanie babies. I don't know if you guys remember that shit. I'm old. I don't know if you guys remember that, but it's like beanie babies. But it's kind of coming back, but they're not beanie babies. They're literally like little like toy plushies. So he sells those. He makes those himself, and he sells them. And apparently, it sells like fucking hotcake. And people love it. So, but the guy is, how can I say this? He's a dude with how do you call it? Like he has like cognitive disabilities. Yeah, let's put it that way. Yeah, he has cognitive disabilities, right? So, and he's like, he has the biggest business in the town, and this dude is like basically retarded. So, anyways, not funny. Do not laugh. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't. If that guy can make it, be the number one seller in his town, the number one entrepreneur of the year, by the way, in the town, and he's, he has cognitive disabilities, and he's selling teddy bears. I don't see what everybody's fucking problem is, to be quite honest. Because you hear there's a lot of people, it's like, oh, I'm too different. People don't like me. I'm too shy. I'm too this. Well, this guy can't talk very well. And he sells more shit than a Mexican drug lord. You know, so, you know, and I tried to push this. I'm very happy of my experience in business. Even the bad parts were kind of the worst part is the bad things motivates me more than anything else, because it's like I would do door to door. I would go door to door. I had this coffee business that I would go door to door and try to sell and shit, and people would have dogs and shit and stuff like that, and but I also like it made me visit the town, and it made me understand where I was. You know, it made me see a lot of things, like, you know, like I know where like hockey players live and shit like that, you know. Like, so I met, like, you know, like a bunch of rich people. You know, I've talked to like tobacco company owners and shit like that, you know. So business is a very interesting thing, you know. And I don't know why Spirit is keeping this to themselves, because right now the only people, I don't think anybody's taking advantage of the pilgrimage, the spiritual pilgrimage of business. Because let's look at it this way: like a if you were born in 1907, right? So you're born in 1907. If you start a business, let's say you got a gold mine, you find a gold mine, blah 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 blah. You have to do everything yourself. So you have to carry the stuff, and then you have to find a bank, and then you have to do this and do that, and blah blah blah. So you find lawyers, find trustworthy people, and then you build another business because now you're rich, and blah 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 blah, and so on and so on and so on and so on. So you had to do everything yourself. You had to meet everybody one by one and stuff like that. Now, in the age of information, in the age of high-speed internet, you don't have to do none of that shit. You don't have, like, if you don't have to build your business from the ground up. But what most people don't know is that it's more fun building your business from the ground up than just thinking about something and it's already laid out. Because that's how most businesses are today. People get into saturated markets nowadays, because it's like this is the modern day gold rush. It's the modern day gold rush. People, like, if the market says 9 points down on real estate, everybody's gonna get in real estate no matter what, right? Nobody's actually using their creativity. And if you look at the contrast, so everybody's gold rushing towards real estate because it's 9 points down. So everything is fucking cheap and they can triple their fucking income. They can triple their fucking income. That's the promise, anyways. Right? If you can get in good and get in fast, right? So you have to like fucking elbow people and shit. You know what I mean? Like you're basically like kicking people and elbowing people because you need to get to the fucking bank to get that loan before 3:30 p.m. Right? But look at the contrast. This man, it's a man, by the way. This man has some level of cognitive dissonance. He learned how to knit because he makes the bears by hand. He took a moment out of his life to learn how to knit. And then he went to the store, got himself some cotton and some textile, knitted it together, sold it, presented it to people, sold it, and everybody loved it. And now he's richer than all the people that was gold mining, that was gold rushing 5 minutes ago. Speaking of dissidents, now I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to open up a restaurant, going to the bank, get that loan, open up the restaurant, bang, bam, boom, thank you, ma'am. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I feel like there's a kind of like disassociation when it comes to creativity and business. There's a severe disassociation, even because nobody puts two and two together. It's like fucking skateboarders. Skateboarders have a business. It's a weird fucking business. Very weird. It is fucking chaotic. And their business is fucking cutthroat. These kids are literally beating the shit out of each other so they can be, on top. And I have to say they kind of like it that way because they don't want to lose a certain sense of reality. Because to them, the jungle is the concrete, right? And if they're not on the concrete, well, they don't feel good. But it's still a business. And they're still fucking serious about it. So that's why they're literally beating the shit out of each other. Like a skater clique will run up on another skater clique. There will be some skater drive-bys. There will be some consequences and repercussions. So but that's not the point. The point is they actually take their fucking shit seriously, and people don't know that. People are not aware that skaters are very fucking serious about their business. Very serious. But they're skaters, right? Troublemakers, right? They look all weird and shit. So I'm not I am not condoning this attitude that these said chosen people have towards their future. It feels to me that these people tend to think that they're going to wait until God fixes everything for them. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Especially because I know that's never going to happen. That's delusional. And yes, there is people in the way. Obviously, there's people where I mean, like I was talking about this like last night. I think with a good friend of mine, like and like there's like the amount, the incredible, the insane amount of content that I've created in the past 3 years. I have 2 channels. There's another channel that I have that there's other videos. I have 2 channels and there's videos on both of them. I should have, technically I should have 3 channels, but the first one got flagged into oblivion. This one is not even the second one. The second one is the one that I'm not using, that has videos on it. And there's this one. So technically, if you guys been following, y'all been watching 3 different channels that mostly have the same amount of views and subscribers. But think about it this way. Most people have one channel. Most people have one channel and a couple 100 videos. Right? I have 3 channels. On this one, I have the most videos, obviously, because I use this one more than the other. But I have like over 1,000 videos. If you watch my viewer count is pretty low. And the stuff that I talk about, if I am not mistaken, is interesting. And the little synchronicities, the little tricks I do from time to time is also, I believe, quite interesting also. And yet, 30 view, maybe 100, and that's it. So yes, there is something in the way, and it is easy for someone to clearly see, because you don't, when you're in the world of spirituality, when you have intuition, you don't need to open a business to see that something is in your way. You're not that stupid. like you're not that stupid. You can clearly see that something is up, you know. And sometimes these people, like, and I hate to admit it, but people don't give a shit. Either because they're scared, or they just don't know what to do. or they just don't care. But mostly people don't give a shit. And that's why most of us are sitting ducks. There is something wrong. People are aware that something is wrong because we do speak out. But for some fucking reason, everybody's goddamn frozen in time. They're like completely stiff. There's no call to action. There's no support. Everybody is sticking their heads in the sand because they don't want to be next. They don't want no smoke. But the thing is, there's a difference between a person that doesn't have a plan and a person that has a plan. It's normal not to follow someone that has no plan. That's actually normal. I'm not saying it's right, but it's normal. It makes sense because the person don't know, both of you don't know what to do. So how can you help each other out if nobody knows what the fuck to do? And maybe sometimes people are jealous too. Maybe sometimes people are jealous of other people's pain. There's people that would love to have your pain because they don't have anything going on in their lives, and they would like to feel, because it's kind of like it's kind of like they see it as your life is interesting. They don't see it as I'm in deep doo-doo. You know, like I'm in deep doo-doo. I need to do something now. They don't see it like that. They see it as, oh man, they see you as if you're a fucking superhero or some shit. They see it as like you're Batman or something, or Wonder Woman. That's how they see it. They don't register the information. They don't register that. Well, the funniest, well, there's not a lot. People are weird. So there's a lot of reasons why the chosen people, as we say, whatever that means, as I say, might not be motivated to work in this world. And that's another reason why this whole biblical God brainwashing, this Yahweh feller, when he's like, you are not of this world. Well, that shit sounds goddamn pretty to me now, don't it? It's fucking accurate. It's fucking convenient too. You are not you're not of this fucking, as a matter of fact, Mr. Buddy, Bucko, you're the one that's not of this fucking world. I'm a fucking human. I breathe oxygen is for me. If I need oxygen, if I am on Earth and I need oxygen to live, that means I am from this earth. Or else oxygen wouldn't work. I wouldn't need oxygen. Because that would mean I'm not human. But if I come here, I bleed, cry, shit, and sleep, and breathe air like everybody else, this is my motherfucking world. What the fuck you talking about? I ain't from what? You the one that need to get the out of here. So and people accept these things. And it's easy to accept because, well, instead of helping, people are kind of like, oh, I'm jealous. Instead of helping, oh, I think my mom's calling me. So yeah, the people are demoralized and not motivated. But that's not an excuse, though. You're not totally off the hook, though, because there are others like you. I actually met a lot of people that are in my position. And nowadays, I play a game because people are self centered. Yeah, I'm projecting right now, but it's true. People are self centered. And I've noticed that a lot of people that believe that they are chosen, or a lot of people that believe that they are here to do a certain work, or a lot of people that believe that they are targeted by these Illuminati people, which they are, I can tell, because I am targeted by these people, so I can tell when somebody else is targeted by these people. And I'm not talking about people on YouTube, I'm talking about people in real life. And there's a little game. At first, I wasn't playing that game. At first, I was just like everybody else because I was like, oh, man. I was impressed when I met a person like that. But I've met so many of these people, and I'm not going towards this here, by the way. I've met so many of these people, and I've noticed there's one thing that I've noticed consistently throughout the years. There's a thing that these people don't really try to find other people like them. Like in their heads, it's almost as if, they're aware of everything, but it's kind of like they're not aware how close things really are. There's kind of like a distance, right? A sense of scale. So nowadays I have a new game that I play where I meet somebody because I meet special people all the time. Like it's like super easy for me. Like I don't even need to try. I just attract special people. It's like super easy. It's like really easy. And technically everybody's fucking special, but there's a dissonance, like I said, in civilization. There's a kind of barrier between people, and sometimes I think people actually need someone to show them stuff. Because it's kind of like, it's not that the person's stupid or is blind or something. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It's the way you think. The mind is like a maze. And when you live your life, you go through certain corridors. So there's certain walls that you don't notice that are there. Because instead of going right, you turn left. Right? So there's certain pathways that you don't notice because you took another pathway. You took a right instead of going left, so you didn't see that. And then at your other intersection, you took a left instead of going right, so you didn't see that. And none of these answers are wrong because it leads you somewhere. So this is not a diss or a reprimand. I'm just saying. So this new game that I play is, when I meet somebody special, he tells me all of his story, all of the shenanigans that he's into, how the Illuminati is targeting them and stuff like that. And I'm like, cool. I would like you to meet. There's somebody I would like you to meet. And I would take this person and I would like, this is Charlie. Charlie, this is X person, whatever. And Charlie and X both are both going through the same thing. And I'm going through the same thing too. And we're all going through the same thing. And I like playing this game. I mean, it's not very well received. It's kind of shocking to the person a little bit, especially because you're out there fighting. You're out there like giving it the best you got. Like go like straight up fucking superhero shit, right? Fucking Navy SEAL superhero shit, fucking kung fu, all kinds of shit. You're giving it the best you got. But then I tell you, this person too. You know, so the shock and the frustration is completely normal. And I don't do it to shock or annoy people. I do it because I think it's time for people to. It's not that it's time. I would like for people to come together. I would like people to come together. I would like, especially if you're like Julian Assange, basically, if you're being castrated and ostracized and slandered and treated like a pariah and shit, like financially castrated and shit like that, you know, like, yeah, I think it'd be good if people would come together. There's nothing wrong with that. And have a clear, precise goal in mind. And stop believing in bullshit. Because at the end of the day, the reason why you're being targeted is because of God. He enjoys your suffering. He enjoys it. He fucking loves it. Because you're doing all that just to prove that God is great. Do you know how much fucking energy you're giving to that piece of shit? By acting like that? Go watch The Matrix. Bro, anyway, I ain't gonna say more than that. But so you're going through this illusion, by the way. You're going through this illusion. Your neural link is connected to God. All of your fervor, bravery, and courage, and that all that is energy. A ridiculous amount of energy. All that energy would be the equivalent of 100,000 fucking nuclear bombs. And you're giving it all to him. You're giving all your praises to the Lord. To the Lord. As he watches you suffer and he puts you through more suffering. And you're getting used to it too, which is the worst part. You're getting used to it, and this is the reason why you can't find another solution to your problem. You don't even want to think that there might be another solution to your problem because you don't want to offend God. But there is, and it's way more simpler than having to brave all of these horrible and heinous activity that is going on around you. And the idea of getting into business, if you still want to fight, if you believe that you're doing the right thing, then being an entrepreneur and giving people jobs and safety and security is supposed to be the most primordial thing that you should think about and get going. Because that's how you save people. The only thing you have to do is not go save a person's life physically, risk your life, and get the entire fucking city to send fucking CIA and military and fucking weird fucking people that call themselves gangsters after you. That's not what you gotta do. What you gotta do is provide security. That would make you a better hero. God is taking advantage of your energy. He's taking advantage of you. He's sucking all of the energy out of you. If you want to save lives, give people jobs. People need jobs. People will go to the first MFer that can give them a job. If you can provide jobs, you can save lives. The more jobs that we provide, the less chance people are gonna go towards these Illuminati fucking things. We need to provide jobs. It's that fucking simple. Stop giving God 100,000 nuclear bomb worth of energy and simplify. Open a business, get a couple of your friends, get a couple of people that are like you, a couple of friends, and get this shit started. That's it, and that's all. That's how we save the world, through entrepreneurship. This is what the world needs. This is what humans need. Humans listen to the dude that can give them a paycheck. Some people, they're not with the Illuminati because of, I don't know what, they're with the Illuminati because they can provide paychecks. Or not. That's bullshit. You know, but people, it's not that people are joining Illuminati. It's just like there's a lot of people, they're not going against the grain because the other end does not have a platform. So intelligently, since I have fucking 75,000 kids, you know, like, no puns intended, no offense meant, but since I have fucking 12 kids, you know, I'm obviously not gonna be fucking going against the grain where there's fucking 12 kids that need to eat, and my wife and me. If I have to listen to the status quo, even if I don't agree with it, I'm gonna fucking do it. Because I love my family. Now, if you love people that love their families, make a safe space. Create safe spaces where people do not have to work towards the status quo. That they can stand up to tyranny without fearing for their family's livelihood. Because there's some families, let me tell you something, man. There's people that have their entire family ready to fucking kill a nigga. Like everybody in the family thinks exactly like they hate this shit. Think everybody garbage and shit like that, but they still go to fucking work and act like nothing's fucking happening because they don't have a fucking choice. I mean, of course, everybody has a choice, but technically, it's not really a choice. I mean, the choice is very easy to make. All y'all go hungry because of your fucking convictions, or you shut the fuck up and you work. But if that same family, if you could reassure or guarantee that same family that he will have the same pay wage as all these MFers, these fucking weirdos, they would be glad to throw their fucking lives away for your fucking ass. You know? Wouldn't even think twice. They just want a place where they can, have a roof over their heads. Even if they're out there fighting. But they want something to go home to. It's not just fight, and then die in the middle of the street. That's not what life is about. That's bullshit. So I feel there's a lot of wasted potential out there. There's a lot of wasted potential out there. And right now, there's a lot of wasted potential out there, man. And Lucifer is working in the background, because I noticed there's like a upsurge of monitoring spirits, angels. That's literally what an angel is, a monitoring spirit. And they're collecting information. They're collecting information. They're trying to collect information or some shit like that. But there's no information to collect. They're just being jackasses. But during these times, it's a little bit hard when you do have. It's frustrating. I have monitoring spirits right now in my vicinity, and it's very frustrating because I can't talk about the things I usually talk about, which is annoying. So I have to wait until Lucifer gets rid of them, or or they go away, and shit like that, And it slows down the process. It slows things down. I don't know if that's going on with you, but I know somebody's been sending me monitoring spirits quite recently, actually. Well, there's always a monitoring spirit, regardless. I don't even know if there is such a thing as zero monitoring spirit. I don't know, because I can see, I know things, I can see things like, I don't know, maybe I see too many spectrums or some shit like that, and all the fucking spectrums just fucking, I just see it as one big ball of yarn. But um I don't know, but I know there's some monitoring spirit activity here. There's some silencing too. They're trying to silence us. They're monitoring us. They're trying to silence us. They're doing a lot of shit, a lot of weird shit, a lot of fucking weird shit, a lot of kiddie pool wishy washy bullshit that's going on right now. Um, but that shouldn't stop you. You shouldn't let that stop you. I mean, don't let yourself be silenced. Don't let yourself be silenced. Keep up your spell work. Keep up your spell work. Don't let yourself be silent. Keep up your spell work, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And work on your business. Not work on your business, but work on your creativity. Work on your creativity, man. Whatever that may be, drawing, making plushies, fucking, I don't know fucking what, dude. Anything. Whatever is your thing, just think about that thing. Just do that thing. And don't be afraid to step up your game either. Don't be afraid to go to the next level. And it's okay to ask for help. Society is going to tell you the contrary, because society is always trying to look for things so they can feel better about themselves over you all the time. But it's okay to ask for help, and you have to know who to ask for help to, obviously. But working together is how you make things happen. Working by yourself is how you die. And with that said, I'm going to let you guys go. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one. I feel like I should end this on a higher note than that. Well, the high note is people are aware of how powerful you are. People are aware of your aura, your creativity, your coolness, your quirkiness. They're aware of it. And don't take it personal if people don't really help you more than they should. Some of them, a lot of people are afraid. Illuminati scares the shit out of them. I don't know why, but Illuminati scares the shit out of them, and whatever. So, because there's stronger. Like I'm way more scary than the Illuminati. Like I'm way worse. Like if you're scared of the Illuminati, I'm way worse than the Illuminati. Like, so there's powers in this world that that's always been there and that always existed, and there's that's a lifeline. That's a lifeline. If you're aware that the Illuminati is not the most ancient power in the world, um, you know what to do. Beelzebub is not. Beelzebub is a bane to the Illuminati, apparently. Beelzebub is a bane to the Illuminati. They are terrified of Beelzebub. So there's powers. You just have to. There's things out there that can help. There's things out there that are already helping. And and that's good. That means humanity has a chance. You might feel like I'm a jerk for saying that I'm more powerful than the Illuminati, which I am. Um, and you might take it in a negative way, but that's a good thing that there's something out there that you could depend on if you needed it. I would rather live in a world. It's not like the Illuminati are great people. It's not like, they're what, like child traffickers, rapists, and pedophiles. And you're unhappy that somebody that's not a rapist, a child trafficker, or pedophile is stronger than them. There's a lot of people have a lot of psychological troubles also. There's a lot of psychological issues that people, I'm more or less equipped to deal with those things, but that's also not a one-man job. That's also not a one-man job because a lot of people live in this weird psychopathic ideal of a life. A lot of people have trauma that makes them very not right in the head, and they're regular people, or they look like regular people. And you have to tell yourself, if the idea that there are powers out there that are stronger than these guys, then you have some serious issues. you have some serious psychological issues, man. Like, that shit, that's fucked up. Like, it's a I'm happy. I mean, like, even if I was looking from the outside in, I would still be happy that at least there's something else than these guys out there. Of course, I'm the guy that I'm talking about, so I can't be really looking from the outside. But, when I find a god, when I talk to Odin and Odin's like, fuck the Illuminati, I'm like, yes. When I talk to Lucifer and Lucifer's like, fuck the Illuminati, I'm like, yes. When I talk to King Jagannatha, the Juggernaut, and he's like, fuck the Illuminati, I'm like, yes. When I talk to Kali and she's like, fuck the Illuminati, I'm like, oh, hell yes. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys' problems is, man. But y'all need some help. Bro, like y'all need some serious fucking help, dude. Like, so anyways. And yeah, I am talking to chosen ones too. I am talking to chosen ones too, because not everybody have personal life paths. Not everybody's the same. There's chosen ones that might have a good heart, and there's chosen ones that might not have that great of a heart too. And I think those people need help. I think they need some serious, severe help. Because there are things out there willing to help. There are spirits out there willing to help. There are gods out there willing to help, willing to do way more than God has ever done in the quadrillion of years of his alleged existence. Like Asmodeus. Asmodeus Asmodeus is gonna go fucking Navy SEAL Team 6 on their asses, if you ask. He kind of fucking loves doing that, actually, from what I've noticed. You know, like Asmodeus will go fucking full Marine Ranger on their fucking asses. I use Asmodeus a lot, by the way. You know, I use Asmodeus a lot. So, you know, you don't want to be saved. And that's probably the reason why you believe in God, because deep down in your subconscious, probably you know God is full of shit. But I don't know, you have this weird suicidal thing, like covert suicidal thing going on, where you kind of like you want to die but you don't want to die at the same time or some shit. And that's what it looks like to me. Because you're hanging around with a guy that literally does nothing, while everybody else will do everything. It's weird. I'm glad to have found these ancient powers that I have. I'm very glad. I'm very happy. I didn't even think that was a thing. At least I know we have a chance. And the only thing that's sad is that I was lied to my whole life. Like, imagine if I had figured this out decades ago. Because I'm kind of old, actually. It don't look like it, but I'm pretty old. So, you know, like, imagine if I had, like, figured this out decades ago. That's the only thing that's sad. And it is pretty fucking sad, actually. But I'm glad to have discovered these secrets. I'm glad to have discovered my true family. I'm glad to have discovered these things because, you know, I don't know, man. I don't even want to imagine what I would be doing right now if it wasn't for Lucifer. I don't think I would be okay. I don't think I'd be okay at all. Like, not even close. I would not be okay. And I don't even want to imagine. Like, sometimes I try to, and I know how bad it was before him. And I just don't. I don't even want to think about it. Like, I literally, like it, cause shit gets worse, right? And it's been a long time now. So how bad would it have been today? Because it was really bad before. It was already bad before, dude. I'm not saying this is smooth sailing. It's obviously not. Like I said, there's Lucifer fights. He does what he has to do, but he cleans up as much as he can, and eventually he's gonna clean it up. But it's still the Illuminati at the end of the day. So yeah, shit takes time. And I'm not a very patient person. So I'm saying that very begrudgingly. I'm not a very patient. I'm very impatient. But you gotta wait. But yeah. Excuse me for that sideways rant there. But if we gotta leave on a high note, like I said, remember you people know that you're powerful. People know that things are happening. People know that people know. They know. They know it. You know. Question is, do you know it? And you probably do. You're not crazy. Whatever's going on with you is happening to a lot of people from all walks of life, whether they're rich, poor, popular, unpopular, kids, adults, teenagers. Fucking, it's happening to a lot of people. Spiritual, atheist, Christian, obviously, Satanists, everybody. It's a all out attack. It's an all out attack, and the ones that are the most influentials, they're the ones that get the brunt of the force. They get the worst treatment. And not only that, but they're making a mockery and a satire of your life on TV. Like this M thing. I have nothing to do with that. You know what that means? This recent upsurge, that Palm thing, That means there's somebody out there that did something amazing, that did something pretty fucking cool, or that did something that proves that he's like a really courageous person, a really good person at heart, and he has an M in his palm. That's why we're seeing so much M videos. Because that's not me. I have an M on my hand, but I always had a hand on my M on my hand, so it's not like, it's not me. They're not talking about me. I can tell. I know these things. Someone did something. Like there's a new guy in town. There's a new sheriff in town. I don't know who it is. That person probably is never going to have a YouTube channel, or he's going to have a YouTube channel 5 years or 10 years from today. This person probably doesn't even know that we are aware that he exists. He's just out there doing his superhero thing, thinking that nobody's none the wiser. Kudos to you, man, whoever you are. Hope you make it home safe. So yeah, man, you hold a lot more power than you think. And you don't have to risk your life for God. You don't have to be a martyr. You don't have to be a prophet. You don't have to do none of that shit. What you need to do is take care of the earth. Because the earth is where you live. The earth is where you were born. And the earth is where you will return. But it's your duty to dictate which earth that you will come back to once you do. And you will come back. There's no going anywhere. This life, this universe, is just a big ass Ferris wheel. It's a big ass wheel of fortune. You ever wondered why the world card, it's the fortune card. Yeah, no, it's the fortune card. That's a Ferris wheel. But anyway, the world can be represented. Spirituality can be represented as a Ferris wheel. With a bunch of carriages and a bunch of people, a bunch of different people and a bunch of different things. And it just goes round and round and round. And it goes round and round, and the cycle continues on. You die, you become a god, you fight another god, you die, you go back to earth. You help the earth become stronger, so you become a stronger god. You kill one god, that god dies, he comes back here, makes the world fucked up, he gets more power, goes back up there, becomes a stronger god than the good god, kill the good god dies, comes back to earth, becomes stronger, It never fucking ends. This is forever. There's no stopping. There's no heaven and kingdom bullshit. This is heaven. Even God said it. Shit. God said, there's a part in the Bible, there's a text, there's a verse in the Bible that said he's going to kill the angels that live on this heaven. He'll do what? He will use their flesh. He will use their flesh and and remove the fat from their flesh and shit. It's pretty, like, I don't fucking know. He was pissed off when he said that shit. I don't fucking know, dude. But he was talking about earth, said heaven. He called earth heaven. It's only humans that call earth earth. And how the fuck do you know this is earth? Did you ask an alien if this is earth? Because technically, if an alien civilization existed before us, right, and they mapped our Milky Way, our cosmos, right, maybe Earth is not called Earth. Like, we call it Earth, but they call it something else. Like, I've never asked a god, how do you call Earth? Like, is this Earth? Is the name of this place really Earth? Because humans decided to call it Earth, but what is Earth? And what is a Earth? So, anyways, human arrogance. Human arrogance, that's all it is. So, even God calls this place heaven. And even God called these people angels. Shit, and he said it was gonna kill these niggas. That's what he said. He said we're gonna kill these niggas. Anyways, go watch The Matrix and go be creative. Go watch The Matrix. Be creative. Be yourself, because being yourself is one of your main powers. It's one of your main superpowers. Being yourself. Your secondary superpower, because you have more than one superpower. Your first superpower is being yourself. Your second superpower is being creative. And your third superpower, what's your third superpower again? Be yourself, be creative, and build a business. That's your third superpower. If you have all three of those superpowers, you can be yourself, be creative, and have a business. You're omega level, man. Omega fucking level, bro. You're unstoppable, man. Like, even I can't stop you. And I can stop a lot of shit. But if you do all these three things, bro, like, shit, man, you'll be stronger than me. You'll be stronger than everybody. You'll be stronger than everybody on the damn planet. Nah, I'm kidding. But technically, you could. It's not impossible. Those three things, if you can do those three things consistently on a consistent basis, bro, be a freaking atom bomb, dude. Like, because you're vibrating on a high. If you do those things, being yourself is vibrating on a high level. First of all, when you're yourself, unapologetically, you feel better about yourself. And you tend to be happier too. So you're vibrating on a high level. So, and when you're being creative, you're also vibrating. Creativity is also vibrational work. So you're vibrating even higher. And then if you do some business, man, if you do all that shit, even if you're not capable of just the fact that you're working is making you vibrate on an even higher level. You know what I mean? And then there's other things that can heighten that vibration even more. But, let's just start with that first and then figure the rest out later. You know what I mean? So I'm off. Have a good one. Peace out.